one aspect which gave rise to the part of DCC and Dr. Abdul Abdul Chairman, CEO, Chief Executive Officer, DCC, Diabetes and Hypertension Control Center. There are three things which led to the formation of this organization, non-government organization. The most important I want to talk about now is the call by the African Diabetes Declaration and Strategy, which was initiated and developed by the International Diabetes Federation African Region Office in collaboration with World Health Organization and the African Union. This call is calling all regions in Africa, government, and particularly again multinationals, but also NGOs, to come in the attack of diabetes. So I want to expanded this on diabetes to other non-communicable diseases, including hypertension. The mission of this declaration is access to quality and affordable services for prevention and care of diabetes. The problem, in the 50 years leading up to 2010, diabetes in Africa will increase by over 90%. In 1901, diabetes was virtually unknown in Africa. In 2003, Africa had 7 million people with diabetes. In 2025, there will be 15 million people with diabetes in Africa. The world is experiencing a global epidemic of diabetes, obesity, and heart disease. The biggest growth rate and impact of these diseases in the foreseeable future will occur in the developing world. Africa will not be exempt. The problem continues. The life expectancy for a person diagnosed with type 1 diabetes can be as low as 7 months in some countries, and many children die of diabetes without ever being diagnosed. Millennium Development Projects are working to lift families and communities out of poverty, but diabetes is denying them the ability to work and plunging them back into poverty. Diabetes is crippling the workforce. It is increasingly occurring in younger age groups in the productive years of life. It is a major cause of disability from blindness, amputation, and kidney disease. Diabetes and related chronic diseases can be prevented and treated successfully with a relatively small investment. Finding a balance. There is a need to find a balance between the requirements and needs of stakeholders, primary preventions versus care of those already diagnosed, high risk versus population approach, 1 diabetes versus type 2 diabetes. The African Diabetes Declaration. The personal suffering and public cost of diabetes in Africa is unaffordable and can be avoided. Diabetes and its complications are largely preventable through relatively simple interventions. The evidence for preventing diabetes and its complications is so overwhelmingly positive there is no longer any excuse for not intervening. There are low-cost interventions with proven effectiveness that can reduce the impact of diabetes while simultaneously addressing risks for other disease areas, that is other non-communicable diseases. The cost of intervening will be cheaper than the cost of not intervening, and an investment in diabetes brings health gains in other diseases areas. The International Diabetes Federation Africa, the WHO, call on governments of Africa countries, non-governmental organizations, that is giving rise to DHCC, international financial institutions, and donor agencies, industry, business, unions, citizens, healthcare providers, and all partners and stakeholders in diabetes and related chronic disease to ensure: 1. Adequate, appropriate, and affordable medications and supplies for people with diabetes. 2. Earlier detection and optimal quality of care of diabetes. 3. Effective efforts to create healthier environments and prevent diabetes. 4. The identification and dissemination of information, education and communication to empower people with diabetes to access appropriate diabetes services and improve self-care. 5. Equitable access to care and prevention services for people with or at risk of diabetes. 6. Awareness of diabetes in the community and among healthcare providers. 7. A truly integrated approach which utilizes the whole health workforce to address infectious and non-communicable diseases simultaneously. You know, in Africa, Nigeria inclusive, the problem of infectious diseases are still there. The poverty is there, the ignorance is there, and the non-communicable diseases are already there. There should be a simultaneous approach to all of them. Thank you. Government and NGOs. Government commitment to reducing the personal and public health burden of diabetes. Then, partnerships and collaboration within and between government sectors, private sectors, non-governmental organizations, and communities to create community and workplace environments that promote better health. The key strategies are: 1. Advocacy. 2. Empowerment of individuals, families, and communities. 3. Prioritization. 4. Mobilization of resources. 5. Capacity building. 6. Make diabetes everybody's business. The expected outcomes. Okay, reduction, the first expected outcome. Reduction in risk factors for type 2 diabetes and heart disease such as obesity, inactivity, consumption of alcohol, consumption of bad diet, which are encouraging diabetes. 2. Reduction in the number of people developing modifiable risk factors for type 2 diabetes and related chronic diseases. Modifiable risk factors are those factors that can be modified that the patient can avoid, such as alcohol drinking, eating wrong diet, and so on. Then, a long-term reduction in new cases of diabetes, diabetes and pre-diabetes. 2. A reduction in child mortality from diabetes. Then, earlier diagnosis of diabetes evidenced by a reduction in the presence of complications at diagnosis. So people who come with diagnosis, they don't have the complication, we should reduce them. Then, a reduction in all diabetes complications. Then, a reduction in premature mortality from diabetes. A universal access to basic essential medications and supplies. An appropriately skilled workforce to provide effective and equitable access to prevention and care services for diabetes and related chronic diseases. The Ministries of Health of the countries of the African Sub-Sahara will have a discrete position with clear responsibility for diabetes and other related chronic diseases as all or part of its brief. The majority of the countries of this Sub-Saharan Africa will have active diabetes action plans that are integrated and include or articulate with other chronic disease areas. A reduction in premature mortality from diabetes, universal access to basic essential medication and supply. Then the country level coordination to establish a national coordinating mechanism to develop a national strategy or action plan for implementing the declaration and strategy. Then interpret the declaration and strategy in the light of the national political, cultural and health system context. This is what the DHC will do. Identify local priorities and time frames. Adapt implementation to national resources. Key messages. Everyone knows someone with diabetes. Diabetes can affect anyone. Diabetes hurts everyone in some way or another. It hurts everyone, either you directly or your relation or your friend. The national priorities. The priority as defined by African region. 1. Training and capacity building. 2. Clinical practice guidelines. 3. Steps. 4. Education. 5. Insulin access. 6. Advocacy. 7. Diabetic food. 8. Guideline dissemination. 9. Collaboration with movements. 10. NCD policy, non-communicable diseases policy. 11. National guidelines. 12. Monitoring and evaluation. Thank you.